Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with a rookie scouting portfolio. We're going to take a look at Antonio Williams, the running back from North Carolina, and this is a pivotal play where he runs on this gap play, bounces it outside, beats the safety to the sideline, and gets the first down. And we may look at this play and say, well, what's a big deal about this? Well, we're going to talk about it from a strategic standpoint. We're going to talk about it from a technical standpoint. And then we're also going to talk about it from an emotional standpoint, because emotion is a very important part of football that we don't always talk about. And it is an important part of scouting if you can spot the correct emotional context of certain plays or certain points of the game. So let's get it started. First thing you need to see here is we're going to just talk about the play from a schematic standpoint. All right, you have a gap play. You're going to have a power, which is power to the left. You're going to have a fullback offset, and then you have this right tackle who's going to pull to the left against 7 men in the box, possibly 8 when you count this safety at the left hash. Okay, Antonio Williams understands this is the design of the play. He's going to follow this pulling guard, this right guard to the left side, and they're going to create a crease with this fullback, and he's supposed to hit this crease up the middle. Usually on gap plays, as I say, it's not usually multiple choice. It's usually just fill in the blank. One answer here. Just manipulate this and try and get up the middle here, because when you try and cut back or bounce outside, too many resources are missing usually for you to get any yardage doing anything other than the fill in the blank, hit the crease as designed. But in this particular case, Williams makes the right call, and I would believe he understands pre-snap what the possibilities were. And pre-snap, what the possibility is that this safety might creep up. He's already playing at a shallow depth. If he creeps up further, then Williams has a shot that if this crease isn't open, that he can press it and get close enough that it sucks this safety in towards the defensive end, and he gets a little bit towards the inside of that end, and that opens up the outside because his 2 receivers are going to be running downfield and take these cornerbacks with them. And that's exactly what happens here. See, as the safety creeps up, Williams is going to spot that safety probably from this level. And if he doesn't, he's probably going to spot it just about right here when he sees these defenders fill the gap, and he doesn't see the safety back here. And when he doesn't see the safety back here, he knows he can take another step, and he gets as close as he can. And there's the safety who's already creeped up too far and too far inside. And that gives Williams all he needs to bounce it around the corner, beat that safety with some nice acceleration, and get the first down, because as you can see, these 2 receivers were able to, work down the field and open up that backside here, or that front side here, to bounce it outside. So this is a really nice play technically from Williams, because again, it shows you the power of bouncing, really pressing the line of scrimmage. He gets really to the line of scrimmage before he makes his turn. That's what compels the safety to really get close. So strategically, he understands what the safety's doing, what his teammates are supposed to be doing, and also how he has a potential to do something different because of the fact that the twin receivers are running off the defenders who would be otherwise covering the flat. So strategically, he understands what he needs to do. Technically, we understand that he's pressed the line of scrimmage to be able to bring in that safety. So technically he does the right thing here. And then also technique-wise with his feet to be able to kind of turn his hip and flip them and get outside and run straight enough to flatten out before it's time to really begin the curl turn here to get downfield. So that's awesome. But let's talk about the emotion of this play, okay? Because it is 1:30 left. They are only up by 3. It's 2nd and 8. They're at the 46 of Pittsburgh. Now Pitt, if they stop UNC here, they're going to have a chance and have some pretty good field position if they can stop them here or force them to go back a little bit. They're going to still have a chance here with some time left to be able to drive down the field. So that's one thing, is to make this type of bounce out takes a little bit of guts here rather than just to follow the play as designed. But I'm going to give you another reason why Antonio Williams showed a lot of guts to make this play, because what happens earlier kind of sets this up. And what sets this up is this 3rd and goal with 5:55 left in the game, and they are up by 10. And here's Williams. He takes the fake, and he does not make a very good block here. And what's interesting is that he was perfect with his assignments all the way up until this play. He's actually a pretty darn good blocker, but he just drops his head and overextends right here. See how he's got his head dropped? He tends to have that as a little bit of an issue. Overextends. The defender works across his face, dips the shoulder. Williams misses completely on this play, or almost completely, and then that forces the quarterback to work into a defender coming in for the tackle. So what you're seeing here is that Williams misses his block on 3rd and goal and sets his team back. And as we can see, the team didn't do a very good, I didn't see the rest of this particular play in context. Either they didn't get the 4th and goal, or they missed a field goal. But you can see that they left points on the field. You can also see that Williams was to blame here, at least on the block, missing that block, overextending. So when you think about it from this context, and then we go back to the play, that we just saw here, where he takes the play, let's go one more. He takes the play inside and then bounces it outside. When you think about the emotion of the game, and you think about scouting a player and you go, what happens when a player makes a mistake? Does he compound that mistake? Does he play stiff? Does he try and play it safe? Does he freeze up and not really play to his level because he's overthinking of what happened in the past? Or does he forget about that and play loose? Can he just be resilient enough emotionally to play loose? And when you watch this play, the fact that he doesn't just stiffly go into where it's supposed to be blocked, and he draws up this safety in a pivotal situation and bounces it outside and takes that risk, that tells me that at least if we see more of this on his tape, that this is an emotionally resilient player who isn't going to freeze up because he made a mistake in a pivotal part of the game and made the game closer. He's going to respond, and he's going to make another play that's going to be able to end the game for his team in a positive manner. And that's something that I really like about Antonio Williams when I watched this particular game. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.